Worldviews. The word worldview comes from the German word Welt meaning world, and the word Anschauung means view or outlook. A worldview is a lens or framework of ideas and beliefs in which we interpret the world and interact with it. It is like lenses or a pair of eyeglasses through which we look at the world. Depending upon the lens prescription, worldview glasses will make everything blurry, or clear, or somewhere in between. James Sire said, "Worldview is a set of presuppositions or assumptions held consciously or unconsciously, consistently or inconsistently, about the basic makeup of reality." Also, Norman Geisler said worldview is an interpretative framework, by which one makes sense of life and the world. Any worldview tries to answer philosophical, theological, and spiritual questions. Our biggest worldview questions are: origin, who are we? Where do we come from? Where did the universe come from? Meaning, why are we here? Is there any meaning in our life? Morality, what is right and wrong? Is there an absolute moral value, or is it just a subjective to our opinions? Destiny, what is after the grave? Is death the end of the story? Is there an eternal life? Is there hope for eternal justice for people who suffered in this life? Or everyone just does what he or she wants? Do all worldviews lead to the same result and same truth? Are all religions being taught the same things, or are there significant differences between religions? Also, how religions respond to the philosophical and theological questions. For example, Christianity believe in the crucifixion of Jesus Christ and believe in his resurrection. In the other hand, Islam denies both crucifixion and resurrection. How can we agree that both religions are correct? It will make more sense to say that one of them is right or both are wrong. How does Christianity respond to these existential questions? Origin and meaning. We are created by the intelligent being who created the universe and created humankind. We are his likeness and his image. We are valuable and we all are equal because we all carry the image of the King on us. Genesis 1:25-26. So God made the wild animals of the earth according to their kind, the cattle according to their kind, and all the creeping things on earth according to their kind. God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of heaven, over the cattle, and over all the year, and over every creeping thing that moves on the earth." People are equal in the same way pennies are equal. Some are bright, others are dull, some are worn smooth, others are sharp and fresh. But all are equal in value, for each penny bears the image of the sovereign, each person bears the image of the King of Kings. G.K. Chesterton. Your values, your ethics, and your dignity come from that we all are equal. No differences based on color, or intelligence, or money. We are all sons of God. Morality. Christianity believes that there is absolute moral law and God is the moral lawgiver. Morals cannot be subjective, it came from God. God gives all humans the natural law and the consciousness to know what is right and wrong. Destiny. Christianity believes that Christ died on the cross, he resurrected on the third day and gave us new life, and death has no control over us. We are created for eternity and destiny with Christ. There are many worldviews. Theism. The term theism derives from the Greek theos or thea, meaning God or gods. Theists believe that God is infinite, personal creator, and God is the moral lawgiver. Also, God created the universe and miraculously intervenes in it from time to time. God is both transcendent over the universe and immanent in it. The three monotheistic religions are Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Atheism. Atheism, naturalism, scientism, derived from the ancient Greek atheos, meaning without gods, godless, secular, refuting or repudiating the existence of gods. Atheists believe that there is no God, there are no absolute moral values, and there is no life after death. Agnosticism comes from two words, a which means no and gnosis which means knowledge. The agnostic does not necessarily reject belief in God. The agnostic claims no knowledge on the issue. There are at least two forms of agnosticism. Atheistic agnostics incline to reject belief in God but are open to the possibility of God's existence. Theistic agnostics are individuals who are inclined to believe in God's existence. Pantheism. The term pantheism is derived from Greek words. Pan and theos together means all is God. The religion of pantheism also believes that God is an impersonal force. Buddhism is the greatest example of pantheism. The Buddhist believes in impersonal forces. The goal of such a worldview is to become nothing in fact. The Buddhist concept of nirvana means that the one has become so enlightened that he or she is the wheel of reincarnation. Pantheism is a constructed word composed of the English equivalents of the Greek terms pan, meaning all, en, meaning in, and theism, meaning God. Panentheism considers God and the world to be interrelated, with the world being in God and God being in the world. It offers an increasingly popular alternative to both traditional theism and pantheism. Theism is the belief in a God who created the world but who never interrupts its operation with supernatural events. It's kind of theism minus miracles. God does not interfere with his creation, rather he designed it to run independently of him by natural laws. Finite Godism. Believe that God is beyond the universe and act in the universe. However, in finite Godism, God's power is believed to be limited, finite. God is loving and desiring God, but also finite and incapable of bringing the desired good about. Polytheism, the worship of many gods. Ancient religions worshipped several gods. Poly means many, and we get the word God from theism. Taoism, Shainism, Hinduism, Japanese Shinto, Santeria, and various neo-pagan polytheistic faiths are some examples. How can we test the worldviews? By trying to find answers for origin, meaning, morality and destiny, and ensure the answers. Some ways we can do this is coherence test. Is it non-contradictory or coherent? Intellectual agreement, rationally coherent, non-contradictory, fits together? Empirical test. Does it explain all of life/existence adequately? Fit with reality? Cogent explanations and interpretations? Cover and explain all of reality? Existential or pragmatic test. Does it work? Is it fulfilling? Does the worldview work? Livable? Cash value? Payoff? Applied to areas of life and experience? There is so much to learn about worldviews, as it has a dramatic impact on our day-to-day life. We hoped you enjoyed this video and learned something new.